installing a BNC on the PTR. Good afternoon, YouTube. Here with you on a I really did forget what day it is. It's Friday. Yes, it is Friday. The deal is today I have a Walmart order to pick up, grocery order, sometime I think after 1, not really sure. It's 12:17 right now, so going to be doing that. I also like to get to Menards to get that speaker mesh, gutter mesh, whatever. But I want to go down and pick that up. I've looked locally. I can't find it locally. I would, I'd just soon pay a little bit more and buy it locally, but instead of having to drive all the way there. But if you can't find it, you can't find it. It's at Lowe's also in Columbus, but Lowe's wants a good deal more money for it. So I mean, quite a bit. So. Not really sure, but why? But that's just the case. On the signal tracer, the PTR signal tracer, this little gem right here, Bob has done some testing and says the reason for the hum is the leads I was using. Obviously, they were not shielded; they were just multimeter type leads, and that was the reason it was doing that. He said if there's no leads on it at all, or you use a shielded lead, it cuts it way down. So we know that connecting it to a circuit, it cuts way down also. So Dave Legault, he made a video on his this morning and watched it, and he was talking about it also. So anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing. Is Bob suggested a BNC type connector to be added right into the input, so that there's no long leads to be exposed, and we're going to try that. I'm going to show you here or see if that makes a big difference. I'm going to put some leads on here, and we're going to test it basically at the same volume, and we'll remove the leads and see if the volume of the hum level goes down and how much and things like that. Also, well, I'm going to show you this later, but I'm going to use the this type of jack for my instead of the binding post like on here, these binding posts, those I never did like those for this one anyway, because that wasn't, I really never going to have any time where I need to connect wires that way. So I've got them ordered. They will be in, well, they're from China, so you know how that works. But once those come in, I will substitute those, and that will give us a little bit more room there for the BNC. The BNC should fit in there between the posts, I think. I've done some preliminary type tests, and I think it should fit. So let me switch the other camera. We'll show you a little bit more about what I was talking about on the hum level. So hang it. Now I have got this hooked up, and this is pretty low on the volume. You can see now I'm not touching leads or anything like that. They're just laying down here loose. But well, let's put them up here on the desk so you can see. There they are. All right. Let me back up a little bit. So there's the leads right there. So right there is the level I'm going to use, and we're going to unplug it and see what happens. Now I'm not going to unplug it from the wall. I'm going to unplug the leads from there and see if that cuts down our noise. So I'm trying to do this. Oh my goodness, yes it did. So that did cut down quite a bit on the noise, and so I have to agree with Bob. I think the shielded probe will do much better. I have my Heathkit probe that it's got a Heathkit. It's got a BNC connector on it. So once I get this jack in, I can go ahead and test that theory and see how well it works with that. Bob pointed out that the hum level is pretty much the same as if you did the same thing to the heath kit. Now if you hooked up bare wires like this to the heath kit, it would produce the same hum. So, and I understand the reasoning behind that. Also, as I pointed out, let me put this down a little closer. As I pointed out, let's see, now you have to really go up a little higher. See, now you can go up higher and get that same hum level, but like I said, you don't get the... somebody else pointed out that if I grounded that switch, it wouldn't do that, which I agree it wouldn't. But anyway, on these binding posts here, I want to change those to this style here. As you can see, those are almost flat, flush, or whatever you want to call it. And I have these ordered from China, and I think they were $1.69, something like that, for 10 of them. So, got those ordered, and those will be in. And I will change these out because once I put that, yeah, even the speaker does it. But anyway, once I put the BNC connector in here, you know, then I won't have to. I won't really, you know, this things here they were unnecessary to begin with. So now I'll turn this off, and let's see if I can find me a BNC connector that'll go in there and see if it's going to fit. All right, there's what they look like. And like I said, they will go right here between that and there. I think it will fit. There's some space in between there, as you can see, and there's some space there. Of course, now the nut itself is going to be on the back, so that should not be a problem. I'm going to put it in a position to where it will screw in, and it won't hit the speaker, obviously, because the speaker frame is up a little further because it's on the back side. So anyway, let's take that apart and take a look and see what we got. Alright, well, as you can see, it is very tight quarters in there. But this is the space right here that I'm going to put that in. Now, it's pretty much space there, and it will fit in there pretty easily, I think. Now, it is kind of tight, but it will fit, I'm pretty sure. I hope so. But what I'm going to do is start my hole from the bottom, or the back side, and basically drill a pilot hole in there and then make it whatever size I need to be with the step bit, and get that done. And once I get that in, I can put this in there. Once I put that in, then I can run some jumpers over to these two leads here and have it connected. Now I may, for the time being, I may go ahead and take these out because what my thinking is, it will make it easier to get that in, and I'm going to replace these anyway, so they're really not necessary for the time being, and until I get the new ones in. And I think maybe that will be better because that's even extra space here that's you know, picking up stuff. So I think that might be the best way to do it, just to take these out and redo this whole thing, and put the new one on the or put those on the this thing, and that way it'll be easier to install also, I think. So I can stick those wires out through the hole and do the soldering outside, and then stick it in. And well, no, I'll have to have the nut on it. We'll see. We'll get it done. But like I say, let me get these things apart and get them out of there and out of the way, and we'll try to drill a hole. Alright, as you can see, we have a hole drilled right there in the middle. Now with that pilot hole, I think I can use my step bit coming from the other direction to make it as big as it needs to be for the shaft of that BNC connector. Once that's done, I can go ahead and solder the leads on, and like I said, I'm going to leave those binding posts completely off until the other ones come in, and that will eliminate that problem also. So that is what it looks like so far. I haven't even got the soldering iron heating up yet, so kind of waiting to see if I'm going to get a call from, well, not a call, but a text from Walmart about getting picking up my groceries. So usually it comes in right at the beginning of the hour. If it's like 1 to 2, it's usually right before 1 is when I get it. So we'll see. Like I said, that's what we got going, and I may go in and check my email, because sometimes they send it to the email and don't send it to my phone, even though I requested that. So, alright, let me get some more drilling done and we'll bring you back. Well, I think you can see by the positioning there that it is perfectly centered between the switch and the speaker. Didn't realize it was going to be that close, but I can always shave a little bit off that edge if I needed to, but it is perfect. So that's where it will go. Let me get you a little bit higher view. That's what it looks like from there. So yeah, let me get it attached and get it soldered in, and we'll give it a test. Afternoon again, YouTube. It is now 3:56. Obviously a couple of hours have passed, more than that, but just a little bit. There's what that looks like. I don't have it soldered in. I do have my soldering iron heating up. Since the last update, I have picked up my groceries from Walmart. I have made a trip over to Menards, and this is what I got there. Just as I wanted to. Now this is a, there's your size of the mesh. Give you some comparison. These are my hemostats. But that's what it looks like. And like I said, there's 20 foot of it. Should be good for any project I want to make like that. But I think that will be a pretty good fit for the speaker. I really do. And of course, anybody that's been to Menards know you can't just go get one thing when you get there. So I picked these up as well. These are screws, and I'm hoping to use that with the speaker. May have to enlarge the hole just a little bit, but I think these would these will hold that mesh a little bit better with the head like that. The little tiny ones I got, just I don't think they'll do much. And if I have to, I can put a washer on it, and we'll go from there. But like I said, those were 92 cents or something like that. So, but that's what my trip yielded. So that will be coming up, getting that on. And like I say, as soon as the soldering iron heats up, I'm planning on soldering a couple wires to that and seeing how it works, or doesn't work, as the case may be. So we will see shortly. Alright, the wires have been soldered, and we take a little test of it now. Still have some hum to it. It is connected to this probe, so you can see as soon as I touch it, it goes down a little bit. But it seems to be working pretty good, I think, if I don't touch it, or touch the metal part, I should say. So that should work out pretty darn good, I think. Seems like it has a lot to do with where you place it on the desktop as far as that's concerned. So anywho, that's a look at that. I think that'll work out pretty good. Next thing I'll work on is this, getting this cut out and installed. See how good we can do that. I think first I'm going to take a break for dinner. It's after 4 now, so I will bring you back when I have more to share with you. Stay tuned.